recalled in PDF, there's nothing that can be called. That scanned image in PDF, there's nothing that can be done about it. That is gone. When he gets a network, or immediately if he has network, it will hit our portal. Now, when it hits our portal, it's something akin to someone who's coming in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is established by the Constitution, and it has the jurisdiction by the court is limited by the Constitution. So those forms answer some jurisdiction questions before they are admitted into the public portal. What are those questions? So they ask, okay, you have come here, you have come into the court. If you want to sit here inside the court, answer the following question. They ask, are you a 34A? He says, yes, I am a 34A. Okay, do you confirm that you come from the code of the polling station? So it has a code of the polling station. So it will run against the polling station codes, it will confirm. Then it is asked, okay, we've confirmed you are an A. We've confirmed that you are from the code of the polling station provided to us, because all our polling stations have specific codes. Then we ask them. Then it's asked the third question. Do you come from a serial number of our kit? Then he answers, yes, I am from the serial number of the kit. If it is another form which is coming, are you from, if it's not from a serial number, it checks, it says, no, you can't come in here, you have no jurisdiction. So it says, do you come from a serial number of our kit? He says, yes. Then it's asked, do you come from the SIM card that has been provided officially, that we have the list for from the various providers? It answers yes. Then it's given two security features, which are very important for the court. So it's given two security features. It is given a date stamp. And I urge the court to interact with the public portal. I want to confirm to the court, 800 million persons access our portal. It did not even blink for a second. Its security, its firewalls, and the SOC are military grade. And in fact, a lot of the allegations that are coming from the other side is, people are so frustrated in trying to hack our system is, why is your system so good? Our system is so good because it's based on blockchain. It actually, what it does, it actually gives resources as is required. If the 50 million Kenyans logged in now to our portal, it will give them, without even stuttering, whatever form they want. And it will allocate resources on how many people. Out of those 380 million people, 300 million were Kenyans who downloaded, who looked at the result. So after asking that, it gives two things. It gives a timestamp. The form is given a timestamp, and it's given a date stamp. Now, with that, one of the allegations of staging falls away. So someone is telling you, someone captured a form, amended it, returned it. I am telling you, all my forms have a date and timestamp to the millisecond. And there is no one form that has been transmitted at the same time. And in fact, if you look at the portal, you will see that. You open the portal, if you look at the tab of the portal, it will say 34A. It will tell you the polling station. It will tell you the KIM serial. It will tell you the date the form came. And how precise is this system? Some of those forms came on the date of the election. Some of the forms, because of tallying, came a day later. Some of them came 2 days later because of the elections in Eldas. And it will give you the timestamp to the millisecond. And actually, if you look at it, so if someone is telling you, oh, we had staging of 11,000 forms, you will expect that to the millisecond, right? To the millisecond, you will get 11,000 forms which have been uploaded. And I want to inform the court, there is no one who can upload the Form 34A. Form 34A are only transmitted from the KIMS by the PO. Neither Wafula Chebukati, nor Hussein Marjan, nor Boya Molu, nor anyone else can upload Form 34A. Form 34A is transmitted from the polling station, goes, and that is the end of that story. And once it goes, it asks those questions. Now, our forms are designed that way. Why? some of the forms that have been brought to you, and with due tremendous respect, I spend a lot of time with my ICT people and look at some of those forms are doctored forms. Why are they doctored? Because of the audit trail that will not allow anyone to be able to actually not be able to verify our forms. Why? So I told you about the EVID and the KIMS, returns plus the form. So these forms have 3 manual processes and 3 electronic processes that check each other for the court. And this is very important for the court to actually assess those allegations. So what are the 3 manual processes? PO fills the forms, gives to the agent, paste it there, okay? Travel, so the first one. If you had an agent there, you will get your form. Or it will be in the polling station, it will be stamped in the polling station. The second one is, okay, I didn't have a PO. What check do I have? So I will, both someone who did not have an agent and person who had. So if I didn't have an agent in the polling station, that form travels to the arrow. What does the arrow do with the form? His PO will sit there, he'll tell him, I have received the form in the portal. I want to confirm the form you have brought me is the same as the portal. Is it the same serial number? Is it from that KIMS kit? Does the tally agree with what is in the portal? He has a back end for his B because he has to start populating his B. So he takes the form. So we allow at the Constitutional Tallying Center to have agents. If you want, copies of the form can be given. So if you didn't have agent at the polling station, you can still get your form at the Constitutional Tallying Center. So say you didn't have an agent at the Constituency Tallying Center, you didn't have an agent at the polling station. We bring the form out to the National Tallying Center. And I think this is the reason why this court made the decision that the chairman must verify each and every form. And court will take judicial notice of what's going on in Bomas. We had 14 verification desks. The arrow will come. I had the pleasure of actually going through the process. The arrow will come. He will be told, okay, you've come with your forms, sit. He will be admitted. And then the verification desk will have all the 4 agents for all the presidential candidates. We take the forms as they are. We make copies of the originals for them. Remember, they have their agents' forms. We make copies of the original. We tell them, okay, these are the copies of our original. Have your agent's forms, compare with our originals, but also what we are going to do is not a verification process. We'll do a forensic audit for you. We'll call the arrow, he will sit on the table. Is it the same serial number? Is it from that polling station? We provided microtext readers. The agents are seated there, they will check, and they will look at it. And the form will have the IEBC, it will have the watermark reader, it will have everything. So even if you don't have the forms at the CTC and at the polling station, and you have the form at the constituency, and you are given the form as at the NTC, you could still verify and actually check. After that, they will go to an ICT desk. The ICT now will confirm whether those forms and what is in the portal is the same. And some of the persons who've sworn some of the affidavits in the petition were seated on those tables. The ICT will open up this portal. He say, oh, this is the public portal. I am looking at the form. Let's confirm what is in the form, what is in the portal. Do they tally? They tally. If there's any issue, we do an error report, which we have provided to the court. We have provided error report to them. That process is documented. And even if you didn't have all those agents, then you had an opportunity to do at the National Tallying Center. After that, we tell them, okay, we've started populating the C. Now, have you verified this polling station? Yes. Okay, now we put that into our C. And the idea that the C was kept on changing and some officers had access to the C, actually that allegation falls off. Why? 14 officers, and we've attached that into the affidavit of Martin Nyaga, including the chairman's PA, Mr. Abdi Daher, who is a registered, who is a returning officer, and 14 other persons were mandated to actually do that verification process on the table. There's a process for them to be given that access. And the access, what access do they have? People are burning up a lot of things, servers and things like that. So there are 3 applications level in any system. You will have the application, you will have the operating system and the network. Okay? So everyone has access. So they have access for the verification of the 34C. So they'll be told, we're putting in this polling station to the C, are you okay with it? Does this tally with what is in the original? They will say, yes, that is populated. When we finish for one constituency, we print that aspect of the Form 34C. Because Form 34C is something that is gradual. The verified form from the form that has traveled from Kipini in Lamu to the CTC, Constituency Tallying Center, through the portal, physically through Bomas, through the verification desks of the agents and the people complaining here, now they are told, are you okay if we put into the C? It's put into the C. It's printed out, and that is what was being announced. So if you got the logs for the C, it will say, the person who's authorized printed out a C because it was being announced. Some of the commissioners are now complaining were announcing those forms, and it's incremental. It will go on until we finish. Now coming back to the form. So the first security feature is, if you look at the portal I've indicated, it has all those. But we've put security features to enable the forms. It will tell you that this form, in fact, the timestamp you'll get on the signature panel is the same as the timestamp when that form was received at the portal. Your leadership are projected there. And if you are a good acrobat, it will tell you, it will give you a signature panel. It will tell you that this form was not first modified. If you have any PDF form document and you have modified, it will tell you this document was modified on this date by XYZ. It will tell you this form has not been modified from that day. It will also give you a signature. You see that time there? That is the time that is on when it was received on the portal. It's the same timestamp that when you open any form on the portal, it will indicate. So the allegation that forms were intercepted, staging happened, the authentication of our forms are very robust. So the second one now,